I've got you pulled up. I've got Instagram pulled up. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. I wanted to come on here quickly and kind of do a follow-up call from what I did last week. Hopefully you had a chance to check that out. It was kind of the real reason behind why we have these great intentions, but yet we never really actually meet our goals or we just can't seem to get things going. It just, we kind of set ourselves up for failure a lot of times. And so that's what I kind of dug into a little bit deeper last week on the call. It's saved under Facebook on this page. If you're on our Facebook page, facebook.com/nationalshift, it is saved on there. So you can go and check that out after this video if you want, or hopefully you've checked it out before now. So I just really have this feeling that somebody out there needs to hear this information for sure. So I got on this call because I just really I want you to set yourself up for success, not failure. So I'm going to give you some great tips today on how to set a goal that is foolproof. That means that it's so simple to do that you can't fail at it. So a few tips on that, and then if you're on live, I'd love for you to comment, tell me what you're doing today, tell me how your day's going, tell me about how that video impacted you last week. I'd love to know that, either if you're on Instagram or Facebook, let me know. I love a good communication, even extreme, even though we're not in the same room. So please feel free to interact and comment below with your thoughts on the video last week, or what goals you set that you haven't been able to stick to, and what questions you have around that. So first off, how do you make goals that stick? You make them foolproof. And what do I mean by that? You make them almost impossible to fail. You love the new backdrop. Hey, Carolee. Thank you. It is very stark white behind me, but I'm going to work on that in the next few months, and hopefully you'll see me adding a few things to my backdrop. But right now, it could be like a green room, Hello, you're cleaning house. You know what? I need to be cleaning my house. I need to be rearranging things. I have bought things in boxes I just moved the other day. So I love the feeling of a fresh, clean house and when things are all put away. So I know that you're going to be experiencing that feeling very soon. And hopefully you're cleaning with some green cleaners. We've talked about that on here before, but I love my On Guard cleaners and just love the way it makes the house smell and how clean it is. So anyway, thank you guys for commenting. So how do you make a goal fail-proof? You make it so easy that it's impossible to fail. So what do I mean by that? You start so small that you're like, this is ridiculous. I'm really going to do this and it's going to make a difference. Like taking time to drink more water every day. So that means like one more glass of water every day. That means going for a walk for 5 minutes, 3 or 4 times a week. If you have gone from not exercising at all to walking, that is progress, right? So also when you make goals that are foolproof, you make them little so that if you exceed it, you just feel like a rock star, right? You're like, oh, I walk for 10 minutes a day, or I drank 2 more glasses of water today. Whatever it might be, you're going to feel awesome when you just exceed that goal. So when you set them small and you kind of overachieve, even if it's just 5 minutes or if it's just a little bit over your goal, you really feel great, rather than if you were to say, oh, I need to work out for an hour 3 times a week, or even 30 minutes. And you're like, well, gosh, I only worked out 15 minutes, or I only drank, if you said, oh, I need to drink 8 glasses of water and you only drank 6, or whatever it might be, you need to set the goal small, because it really does start with these small things that we do every single day. So that's kind of the premise behind how you make a goal that is fail-proof. Lasting change comes from empowerment, not shame. And when we set those high expectations, whether it's a new diet plan or it's a new exercise plan or it's, whatever it might be for you, and we set them so high, we shame ourselves when we don't meet those expectations. And y'all, I have done this before so many times. It definitely makes sense, right? When you think about it, that's why, and I love to set big goals too. Don't get me wrong. I've set big goals and not met them. And there's a learning process always in that. But you can't keep doing it, right? You can't keep doing it and expecting different results. So even with myself, I'll just be honest with y'all. I have had a hard time sticking to an exercise routine. So a couple months ago, I just kind of made this goal in my mind. and I shared it with somebody too. That's actually one of my other tips, to share it with somebody. But I just said, I want to move my body in some way for 10 minutes a day, 3 or 4 times a week. I think I said 4. And when I started doing that, I started really enjoying it, because it wasn't about, I need to lose weight. It wasn't about, I need to go to the gym for an hour, or I need to do this workout video for this set amount of time. It was really just, I want to move my body more. And so now it's turned into, I do over and above that. And I feel like I'm on a really good, just a really good routine with that. I feel good. I'm not doing it for a certain reason or a set amount of time. I just don't have a lot of restrictions on it, and that feels good to me. So it all started with that one intention, that I just want to move my body more. So I'm giving you these just different ideas so that you can think, where in my life would I like to set a goal, but I don't want to make it too unattainable. So, it's going to be different for everybody, but this can really pertain to anything that you're trying to do. Okay, second tip is make them measurable. And like I said, it's tempting to say, I just want to move my body more. But if I said that, and it was Monday came around, I was like, I don't really want to do it today. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't really want to do it then either. It's kind of like, there's nothing to measure it by. You can't look back and say, okay, well, I made this goal to move more 4 times a week, and I only did it 2, or I did none, or whatever. You have to make it measurable in some way. So drinking 1 more glass of water a day, going for a walk 4 times a week for 5 minutes, whatever it is, just make it measurable. Make it measurable so you can look back, and it's easier to stick to. Thirdly, don't change everything at once. This is like, I'm kind of known for this, I think. I love personal growth and development. So I'm always constantly thinking about, how can I improve on this? How can I make this better? I want to be the best version of myself, all of those things. And so I just feel like I just want to do all this stuff at once. But if that's you, resist the urge. Don't do it. Because what we do is we make all of these, and sometimes even if they're small goals and we have a bunch of them, it's just too confusing. We can't do it all at one time. So again, concentrate on one area, I would say, and make it foolproof. Make it so small and easy that you overexceed it, and then you end up really feeling empowered because you went above and beyond. So with that being said, get the big picture clear first. It's a kind of a mouthful. Get that clear first so that you know that you're going to focus on that one thing for the next 30 days, let's say. I like to set 30-day goals, especially if they're small, because you think about it. If I do it for a week, I'm like, it doesn't really stick. And it's kind of varies how long it takes for something to stick, depending on what your past looked like or what your goal might be. A lot of people think it takes 21 days for a habit to stick. But honestly, it depends on how well you're setting yourself up for this. And that's kind of a whole nother topic. And if you guys want more on that, I can definitely give you a whole slew of background on why we make the choices that we do. How can we better set ourselves up for success rather than failure? But to keep it short and concise today, it's really important that you get clear and that you do set yourself up for success. So when you think about, you're going to work out, and you're not going to change the way you eat. You're not going to change, I'm trying to think of different things. Normally it's eating and working out would probably be the top things. You're not going to go start some new big life-changing course that you're taking or whatever. You're not going to start something big in your business that you know is going to take up a lot of your time, and you're trying to do this other thing. You just have to think about whatever else that you're doing in your life, and can you actually make this happen, right? You got to get really clear and get the big picture first, or else it won't stick. Okay, so last tip would be share them with someone else. Because if you think about, you set goals and you have them in your head, and maybe you have a checklist or whatnot, sometimes it gets really easy to let yourself down, honestly, but it's harder to let someone else down. So just like this morning, for instance, I had messaged somebody yesterday, and I was going to, I wanted to go to this new workout class in town. If I wouldn't have told her that I was coming, honestly, I probably would have slept in, because I was so tired. We just moved. It's just been kind of crazy. We have VBS all this week so far. I didn't get home till late. All these excuses, right? So because I told her, I got it this morning at 5:15 and I went to the class. And I felt great. And I'm so glad that I went. But I probably wouldn't have done it if I hadn't told somebody else. So whether that's an accountability partner, whether y'all work out together or you don't, y'all just kind of are on the same path, I think it's really good to tell someone else what your goals are. And they might think, well, gosh, that's kind of a small goal, right? But no, they're not, because you're going to explain this whole thing that I just explained to you, and you're gonna keep each other accountable with your foolproof goals. So if your friend, let's say you've had an accountability partner for a while, or you have this great friend that you want to share and you're pretty close, share with them why you're making this goal, why it's important to you, all of that, and it's going to rub off on them. They're going to learn something from this, and if y'all constantly been like this, right? Maybe you've been up and down and on good paths and on bad paths. It's going to help them get on a good path too. So I mentioned making, I kind of got off on a tangent, but I mentioned making goals for 30 days. And why I like to do that is because, like I was saying, sometimes people think 21 days is there's a lot of different programs, I think, that are based around the 21-day thought process of why it only takes that amount to set a habit. But it depends on how well you set yourself up, like I was saying. In actuality, I did a study, and it takes 66 days of doing things consistently to create a habit. But if you set yourself up, you make them foolproof, you make them measurable, all of these things that I was telling you, it can speed it up. So just keep that in the back of your mind. That's why I like to set them for 30 days. You set a goal, you can set it for however long you want to. But to me, I like to set a new small goal each month, and then I'll keep what I like, and then I'll tweak it or whatnot, and then I'll have another goal for the next month. Whether that's, just something that I've had in the past, moving my body more. That was a goal that I had set. I went sugar-free for a month. That was one of my bigger goals. I've done Whole30 for a month. I've gotten up early every day during the week. Normally, some of these goals I'll do every day if they're small and there's something I can do on the weekends. But if it's something more like getting up early or a lot of times working out, I'll do that during the week. I'll only do it Monday through Friday. And then on the weekend, I'll take a break. It just depends, just to give you a little background. Like I said, this is a whole nother conversation and topic. But 30 days, I just like the new intention of the first of the month. So just think more about this, what would work for you, but making them in a specific amount of time is really helpful as well, and making it a little bit longer so that it does tend to stick, and it is something that you can tell, okay, it needs to be tweaked this way. This is a great new habit. I'm definitely going to keep this habit. All of those things can come out of it if it's a really a little bit longer of a term for your goal. So I was going to make this short, about 15 minutes. That's pretty good. I could talk on this topic all day long. So I'm so happy that you guys have jumped in on live. Please comment with what you think your goal might need to be, or maybe what your goal's been in the past and how you're going to make it into a foolproof goal now. If you're watching the recording, I'd love for you to comment as well and just let me know what you got out of this, what your goal is going to be, and just what would help you in the future. I mentioned some of the habits that we have and the reason why we do some of those things and how we can replace, not change bad habits. A lot of times we have that perception that we have to get rid of a habit. We can actually just replace it with a good habit. So I would love to talk more on that. Let me know if that's something that you would like me to provide more information on. But I really, this topic is something that I'm very passionate about, because I see a lot of times women especially, we set ourselves up for failure a lot. And then that leads to shame, and it leads to never really getting where you want to go. Not that it's about a certain weight, or not that it's about anything on the outside. It's really more about on the inside. So I love to speak on this. I'd love to hop back on here, and I probably will, just to share some of my thoughts, and I'd love some feedback from you guys. So let me know what you're up to. Let me know what this sparked for you. I'd love to celebrate with you, to hold you accountable. If you don't have anybody to hold you accountable, message me. I would love to. So I hope you guys are enjoying your summer so far. I am just getting settled into my new home, so I'm definitely going to be doing some nesting in the next couple of days and weeks and probably months. So I will see you guys around. This is the last necessarily scheduled broadcast for the summer, but I'm definitely going to be on. and talking about some things that are just coming up for me and some things that you guys have shared that you would want to know more about. I'm going to be hopping on for that too. And I'm sure you're going to see Julie in the grocery store. I know we're all looking forward to that. So anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day and week, and I will see you later.